6301 Houston approach, runway 12 right, information Oscar's current.
Alright, we'll get Oscar inspect 12 right, Southwest Airlines.
Air Shuttle 6323.
Greetings, captains, and welcome to this Explain 10 video. Due to popular requests, I decided to do this basic guide to the installation and operation of World Traffic 2 plugin for Explain 10. In this video, we are going to cover the installation, the setup, and things to watch for when installing and using World Traffic 2. So without further ado, let us begin. In order to save you some time installing World Traffic 2, I have created the entire installation folder structure for World Traffic 2. The only thing that you will need to do is you need to provide your own serial key for World Traffic. You go to Explain, Resources, Plugins, World Traffic, and paste your World Traffic key in this folder. Also provided for you in this installation file is the aircraft objects that you will need. This is the AI traffic aircraft and the types, as well as some ground routes and some flight plans. So I provided the flight plans in these airports. We'll get in a minute to what this means random. So without further ado, let us go ahead and begin the installation. So this is what you will receive, WT2 files after you unzip the file provided in the description section. We are going to copy Explain 10, and I'm going to go, this is the root folder for Explain, so I'm just going to paste that one there, and now it will begin installing World Traffic 2. It will take some time to complete the installation as the file size is about 2.3 gig. This is due to the fact that I have the aircraft objects and some ground routes and flight plans already put in for you. Once all the files are copied, verify that you have the classic JetSim util, and inside aircraft folder you should have the classic jet simulation, and if you go to resources, plugins, you should see the World Traffic folder in here as well. There is the World Traffic Radar, World Traffic RTG, and World Traffic. Okay, now that the installation is complete, let us go ahead and set up World Traffic for use inside Explain. For this, we are going to consult the key and mouse setup recommended by World Traffic. This is available in the manual, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this inside Explain. Okay, captains. We are now back in Explain, so let's go ahead and set up the buttons that we are going to use to operate World Traffic inside Explain 10. We're going to go to Settings, Joystick and Equipment, and we'll go to Keys. We'll scroll all the way down, Add New Key Assignment, and now I'm going to click on Control W. Open this here, and you will see now in your plugins CJS. That's the World Traffic and the World Traffic Radar. If you click on World Traffic, you will see a bunch of operations here. We are going to select Key Command Menu for the Control W button. And we'll say Open. And then we'll go ahead and say Add New Key Assignment. And we'll say Control R, Open, and we will use this to resync the aircraft and the route files. So we'll say Open. Now we have Control R, and let's take a look here. Previous menu. If you don't like backspace, I have no trouble using the backspace, so we'll leave that. There is Shift R for the ATC radar. So let's do Add New Key Assignment. We'll click on Shift R. We'll open this again. This time we'll go to the traffic radar over here, and we'll say toggle the window. And we'll say open. All right, and you can add also the ATC menu and all other stuff if you like. All right, so let's see how this operates now. If we click on Control W, this should bring in the main menu of world traffic. In here you'll have display flight info, enable and disable regions, preferences, and resync. Display the flight info. Obviously we don't have any flights now, so let's go to enable and disable regions. And before you can have world traffic serve the flight plans into X-Plane, you will need to enable the regions for which it is going to do this. So we'll click here, and as you can see I have created several plans for different airports for you to use immediately. So let's go ahead and scroll down to London Heathrow, Echo Golf Lima Lima, and then hit enter, and now London Heathrow is active. I'll click on the backspace a couple of times to remove this window. Now we're going to hit on Control R to resync the traffic, placing aircraft, and now we will have, as you can see, the aircraft started popping right there. Okay, let me turn over here, and now you can see some aircraft at the gate. See this starting to taxi out of their position at the gate. If we hit on Shift R, this is going to be the World Traffic Radar where we track our flights. So if I click here on Echo Golf Lima Lima and say select airport, it should actually start showing me the aircraft in the region. You can adjust the range by just selecting the suitable range, and now you see the aircrafts incoming to London Heathrow. And in a minute the flights that are on the ground will start taking off. If you want to track or take a look at a particular aircraft, you just select it here on the radar and say track camera. And now, as you can see, we can track this aircraft. When I track another aircraft, just select it and say track camera. And now we're obviously taking a look at a different aircraft. The aircraft models are quite nice. They are all available on the X-Plane.org forum. You can download them. They're free and they are very reasonably well done. Okay. Let's take a look at some of the other options that are available in the World Traffic menu. You have preferences, and you can set the flight display filter, set max camera distance, you can set the AI traffic volume here, toggle plug-in control out of control of X-Plane aircraft, ground routes required for arrival runways, currently on. This is an interesting option. What this means is that if there is no ground routes defined for a particular airport, then what will happen, you will only see aircrafts coming in and out. They will pop on the runway and they will basically take off or land. Land start on runway if no ground routes defined is currently on. Toggle ground collision avoidance. This is quite important that you keep this on so that aircraft will not collide. Set ground collision, ignore timeout. The aircraft startup time as well, you can set this so that once you resync the routes, it would take a certain interval before the aircraft plans are activated. These are old, I guess the old algorithm and ground model from the previous version of World Traffic, and so they are set to off and use navigraph approaches. I think this is a brilliant feature which allows you to use real-world SIDS and stars. And by the way, you can update the SIDS and stars for world traffic from the FMS manager if you have it. Okay, so this is basically how you set up, install, and configure world traffic for basic operations. So let's say that you want to create your own world traffic airport definition file. There are a few here that I've actually created. So I'm going to go ahead and select Dubai, OMDB, and I'm going to say edit the selected airport to show you the features. Now, a lot of flight plans and ground routes are available on the explain.org website, but what you can also do is define, if you can't find one for your favorite airport, you can create one yourself. And the way you do this is you come in here to the airport definition file. You can set the Zulu offset hours for the time, year, air traffic. I'll just leave this as is for now. The heading range for the aircraft you can set also here. This is the safe altitudes for all the aircraft. And once you do that, you can now start adding the airlines that are associated with this airport. This is all the operators, so you can add and delete as you wish from here. So you can say add right there. So you select, let's say, Gold Transports Aeros, and you just say add, and it will add it down here. Okay, let's see here. ABC, say add, and now it should actually be added in this window here. There it is. Okay. And the default is, when you see this, is it's got five flights per day. You can change this. For example, let's go to Kuwait Airways, and we know that there's, for example, one flight coming in and out of London Heathrow per day. So you can say just one and set, and that will change the, there you go. Kuwait Airways now has one flight per day. Okay. Aircraft volume percentage, arriving and departing flights. This is simply the times, time intervals, and how many flights should be arriving and departing during this period. So if you arrive into London Heathrow anytime from 6 to 12, you can expect about 35 flights arriving and departing out of London Heathrow, provided that you have route files or flight plans that are departing during this time. Okay, so this is where you set up the number of aircrafts. Bear in mind that the final number should always, no, that's fine. You can leave this at a this can exceed 100. This, however, cannot exceed 100. So civil traffic, the percentage, sorry, this one also needs to be 100% total, so it will divide the plans. This is a percentage, and this one is a percentage here as well. So I have about 90% civil traffic and 10% military traffic. You can also specify the aircraft types as a percentage. So I have about fighter jets, 10%, super heavy aircraft like the 747 and A380, 20%, and so on and so forth. And you can adjust this to your liking. Connected airports. What this means here is that the flight routes that will depart from London Heathrow will be going to these destinations, and they will actually go there and land at the destination airport, provided that, of course, you have a flight plan that goes to that location. Okay. Now, once you are happy with everything here, you click on Generate Random Flight Plans. Okay. And if once you do this, what you'll see is if we go to the World Traffic main menu now and enable or disable, you will go and let me scroll down here. There we go. See, there is OMDB_random. So this is basically random flight plans based on the airport definition file that we just created. Okay, what you also can do, you can go always to the explain.org site and download some route files and ground routes. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we do that. Okay, captains, so if you go to the forums at explain.org and you go to the download manager, there is a section in there which is a dedicated section to world traffic. Under world traffic, you'll see world traffic aircraft, world traffic flight plans, and world traffic ground routes. Now, for the world traffic aircraft, I have downloaded all the, I believe Blue it's called, or by Blue Bell. So the Blue Bell packages are already included in the zip file that I provide you with. So you don't really have to come and download these files again. And they are placed in the correct folder, so you don't really need to do anything there. Now for the flight plans, there are flight plans and there are ground routes. And in some, you will find both of them. There is my World Traffic Germany, World Traffic files, flight plans, EYK route files. So for example, let's go for this one here. Okay. Now what we need to do is, the instructions are always there where to include your the route files, but let's go ahead and just do one for the sake of understanding where these go. Okay, so this is the download here. So let's say save, open the folder. So this is our folder here, and I'm going to extract here. All right, so these are the route files now. And inside there you'll find EYKA, and these are the actual flight plans. Okay, so there is, I believe this is Air France 1857, could be. I'm not sure. No, it must be something else. Anyway, so these are the route files that we need to put in our route file folder. So we copy this one here, copy, and we go to explain, and then we go to Classic Jetsim Util, and we go to World Traffic, Route Files, and in here we place our file. Now we have EYKA. All right. Now if we go back to explain, we should be able to see this file in there. Okay. So this is how you install the flight plans for a particular airport. Also, what you can do is install the ground route files. There isn't one here, but hopefully we can find matching ground files for the same airport. So if you go right here to World Traffic Ground Routes, these are the actual the paths of the aircraft on the taxiways in the airport. I don't think that we can find the same one. That's fine. Let me just select ground routes for LEGE, for example, just to show you how to do it. Okay, so now these are the ground route files. Okay, save. All right, so this is our folder here, so we'll extract it. Now you have, in fact, what they've done here, they've done exactly what I've done for you, is they've created the entire folder structure so that you just simply extract to the root of explain folder and it will place it in the correct place. But I'm going to go ahead and go inside there. Now for this airport, which is Lima Echo Golf Echo, you have, and this is for the Just Sim airport. Okay, so if you have it purchased, it has actually the ground routes, and you have the arrivals and departures, and it also has the route files. Okay, it actually doesn't. What it says here is you can create them using World Traffic RTG or Flight Table for World Traffic, which is available here. Okay, so you know how to create the random files if you don't have the route files. I've shown you how to do this in the video, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and copy the ground routes arrival LE. Okay, so this is now all the stars for the arrival, and these are all the SIDs for the departure. So what you need to do is you need to take these two folders. Oh, come on. And copy that. Go to X-Plane 10. Go to Classic JetSim Util, World Traffic, and then airport operation. Beg your pardon, not airport operations, but airports. No. Here. Sorry. Ground routes. And you'll see these two folders. So we'll just paste them in there. Okay? And that's it. You are done. We should now be able to go back to X-Plane and find the flight routes that we've added, the flight plans, as well. Those ground routes should now be defined. Okay, so let's go back to X-Plane and see what happens there. Okay, Captain, so let's go ahead and see if we can find the route files that we've installed. So I will click on Control W and enable disable regions. And we'll scroll down. There it is, EYKA. Okay, so it is installed, and if you want to enable it, you just click on Enter, and that region will be enabled. Well, folks, this is the basic installation, setup, and operation of World Traffic 2. I hope that you've enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you, and I hope that it's been a useful video. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you so very much for watching, and bye-bye for now.
We're on 8 Mike, flighting 030, traffic at your 2 to 3 o'clock, 10 miles at 3,000 Gulfstream. They need to come down.